Beauty and the Beast. They led out into the forest to slay the wicked enchantress. As the hooves pound the earth, they reach closer to their destination. Can I and my trusted knights really defeat the most powerful witch that has tormented the land for so many years? Prince Adamus thought to himself. So at that moment he spoke for all to stop. Because if he, the most strong and courageous prince alive, had doubts about this witch, then he was convinced that his posse might very well consider the same thought. He leapt off his horse and commanded them all to do the same. Let us pray. O gracious Christ, we plead that you give us the strength to rip this cursed witch to shreds. Yeah! The knights cheered. And so they were off, with absolutely no fear in their hearts and the strength of 1,000 bulls. Soon, the eager conquerors arrived at the witch's lair of dense forest. Come out, witch, for we shall slay you for your crimes against humanity, the prince commanded. All of a sudden, they hear wicked laughter from all around. There, Calvin the Fourth Knight yelled. We all looked to the place he pointed, and there she was. You can try to kill me, mongrels, but you will die, the witch mocked. All the men heard a mumbling whisper. It had to be some sort of incantation. The prince ordered his brave knights to attack. We can't let her finish that spell, he bellowed. Her magic outdid them all. Her evil flung all of them like it was nothing. She finished the spell, and all faith was lost. They were doomed. She slayed the once determined troops left and right. Any attempts to triumph were simply useless. At this point, she had finished off all the kingdom's strongest knights, but saved the prince for last. I'm not going to kill you. I'm going to make you suffer, spoke the necromancer, as a mellow mist began to arise. I'm going to put a curse on you instead, for you shall bear the body of a monster and live always in shame, unless you can find some poor maiden to kiss you. Only then will you be free of this wretched curse. The prince could hardly hear what was going on. Everything is a blur. The wicked witch disappeared, and a massive cloud of dark green fog surrounded the prince. What is this? He choked. A green smoke pressed into his pores and slivered through every vein. He shouted in agony and stifled to the ground in pain as the mysterious fog cut through his skin. As the smoke subsided, the pain slowly drifted away. But where was the witch? She must have disappeared in the midst of all this smoke, he comfortably thought. Arising from the ground now that the pain had subsided, he shifted his aching body forward. Once he steadied himself up, he searched for the nearest town he could recollect, needing badly to rest his throbbing limbs. Adamus knocked on the closest house in sight. A woman opened the door, and a piercing scream came after. He cringed at the sound of it. "Beast! Beast! Beast!" the lady yelped. He turned around at that moment, searching for the beast she was speaking of. He saw nothing. When Adamus turned back around, she was gone. His throat was dry and needing attending. In the corner of his eye, he saw a nearby stream. As he looks down into the water, he sees the utmost atrocious beast before him. Drawing his sword, he plunges into the water to destroy this horrid creature, but nothing seems to be there. Where did it go? He tried to pull himself together and think clearly. Maybe I'm seeing things. He climbed out of the water and looked at the stream once more and became overflowed with horror. A most revolting creature was before his eyes. Adamus backed away quickly and realized that the creature did the exact movement that he did. Was this repulsive thing me? Did the green mist do this to me? The sorceress! Everything was making sense now. This is why she only spared me. The creature I see in the stream. is my reflection. The monster the lady saw was me. I can't go back to my kingdom looking like this. All of a sudden, there was a brash roar of yelling in the distance. Oh no. The woman must have told the village a horrifying monster was at her house. I'm going to be stoned to death if seen like this, Adamus panicked. No one will ever believe I'm their prince. Out of the brush, a girl with a dark hood that covered half her face appeared by the stream. She pointed towards the woods and said, "Come with me." He didn't quite know why, but he followed. "Who are you?" "I'll tell you when we're safe. Now hurry," she exclaimed. After gotten far enough, they sat on a log near a stream. "Who are you?" she asked. Was the prince, Adamus of the Republic." "Prince Adamus? The most handsome and bravest prince of all creations? Are you stuck this way?" "I think so. Why did you save me?" "Well, I heard that people were getting together a mob to kill a walking beast. But when I saw you through the bush, I didn't see an evil monster. I saw a scared man." "So are you going back to your kingdom?" "No way that could ever happen. Looking like this, I would be hung at the side of me." She took off her hood, and her face was flawless. She had beautiful green eyes, pink lips, and brown wavy locks of hair. "You're beautiful," he told her. "Thank you," she replied. "I will take you to my home. There you will be safe." He followed her once again, this time through a compressed path with narrow curves, and shortly arrived at her house. There she gave Adamus fresh clothes and prepared dinner. As they sat at the table eating, Adamus asked, "What is your name?" "Bella." For hours the two talked about their separate lives. They laughed and sung, almost instantly lost track of time, and soon it was dark. When they were done eating, she pulled a chair to the cabinet and stepped on it. She was trying to reach something, but the chair was wobbling and she was close to falling. Mid-air, Adamus rushed over and caught her. Her face was so close to his, she looked up, and they deliberately kissed. Suddenly, the abruptly familiar green fog surrounded Adamus. He felt the same intense pain as he did when the witch vanished. Soon the smoke disappeared. "Adamus, you're the prince again," Bella shouted. Both of them danced in joy and sung non-stop. Adamus roared, "I shall make you my queen, Bella, for you have loved me even when I was a beast." "I love you, Bella." "I love you too, Adamus." "We shall leave for the kingdom immediately." And so they did. Adamus became the king eventually, and Bella the queen, and they lived happily ever after.